Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. After yesterday's rain, there's a shock to the system actually, carrying a brolly. It's been a while. Anyway, as I said yesterday, you can't enjoy these mornings without those rainy, grey mornings. So, anyway, talking about snacking in the evening, just done the morning accountability post in our Kickstart group. Just gets, in our Fit for Life group, it just gets everyone kind of in on it, declaring what they're going to do today, no matter how small. I always ask the question, what's one thing that if you did do today would make everything else easier or unnecessary? And for some people it's like, I'm going to drink a glass of water before each meal. I'm going to get protein in every meal. I'm going to have a walk at lunchtime because if I do that I feel so much better. I'm going to get a workout in early in the day because that sets me up for the day. I then feel that sense of achievement, accomplishment, I have more energy, I treat myself better, I flood my brain with endorphins, all these great things that we get from it. Anyway, so talking a quick one now about snacking in the evening. I just want to give you two questions that if you write down and just constantly ask yourself every day, and this has to be every day, and it's not going to be a quick fix. It's not going to go, oh, I tried that but it didn't work. Yeah, it's not going to work every time. It's not going to work straight away. It might do, but it definitely won't work if you don't try it. And that is to ask yourself two questions. So when you're snacking in the evening because you're tired, firstly I'd ask the question, what would you say to a friend or family member who said they were tired? What would you tell them to do? Because we have this ability as humans to ourselves to almost talk ourselves down. Or the smell of Greggs in the morning. So I'm suddenly hungry now. Environment, tangent anyway. And what we want to and what we want to consider with this is that the smell of Greggs has just distracted me completely. So what would you ask a friend, family member who was essentially tired? What would you tell them to say? What would you tell them to do? What advice would you give them? Firstly, because we have an ability, like I said, to put ourselves down and think that we should fight with reality that we're tired. And sometimes we just have to accept that we're tired and then ask the question of what should I do about it? Because if you just fight with reality, you're always going to be annoyed. Think about the questions that you ask when you're tired. Why am I tired? I hate feeling tired. And then we just argue with what is. And the result of that is we get frustrated because we can't change what is. And we focus on how we don't want to feel rather than how do I want to feel? What would create energy? What would make me less tired right now? And there's a few things you can do straight away. The straight away things would be to move, get some water in, get some nutrition in. Because when we're tired, when we're sick and ill or tired, whatever it is, it's often when we eat the most rubbish. But actually it's the time when you want to nourish your body the most. Get as many vitamins in as you can, minerals in as you can. Get lots of veggies, fruits, fibre, protein in. Like your body's craving it then. But yet we do the opposite. It's quite crazy, right? So all these things, that's something you can do short term. Long term, what you could think about is, was this coming? Did I see this coming? Because when you notice that you need a day off or you're getting tired, it's not too late, but it's getting there, isn't it? It's not too late, but it's getting there. Now are we just setting ourselves up? Do we need to strategically factor in some rest time somewhere? Whether it's a light 5-minute shut-eye, whether it's a little walk in the day, or it's getting sunlight in the morning. Whatever it is, just to change our energy each day. Get it in advance of kind of crashing, feeling so tired that we can't do anything. And I know it's hard with work sometimes and getting away from the computers. But there'll always be some time. There's a study that they're doing at the moment that I saw where they want people to not do Instagram for 3 months, I think it is. And with that time that they're going to use, what they said in their screen time, the average time people spend on Instagram to learn a new skill. And it just goes to show that, they're going to see what they can do in 3 months, what they can learn, what they can do. And if you think about all that, the time we sometimes waste, not just on social media, but stressing about other stuff, like thinking about stuff, and you can only really get through it by actioning. Like, we're never anxious when we're doing, we're only really anxious when we're thinking. Anyway, going back to snacking in the evening, consider that first. What you would say to a friend, family who was also tired. What advice would you give them? It's probably the advice we need to hear. As Byron Katie says, all the advice we've ever given is for us to hear. Anyway, part 2 of this, just ask you these simple questions. What feeling am I trying to create from doing this? So what feeling am I trying to create from snacking in the evening when I'm tired? 2, what else would create this feeling? So quite often, if I ask myself those questions, the answers would be having a bath and listening to a podcast, or listening to a book, or reading a book, or watching something kind of comedy based, would create the same feeling I'm trying to create, which is almost just like it's a bit of escapism, isn't it, really? A bit of relaxing, end of day treat. When you write it down, you think, so why am I doing this? Is this even creating the feeling that I want? Maybe short term. So, I hope that helps. I'm now way past my usual Specsavers space. And, morning session time. Knee friendly, no floor. So I'll see you later. Now I've looked both ways crossing the roads. Speak soon.